$5 off.
So you got 3,600 points.
Yes, don't call me out here.
3,600 points. So that's a lot of mechs that you eat.
That is a lot of
Do you eat chicken McCrispy? What's your favorite? What's your favorite?
McSpicy.
McSpicy.
McSpicy. It has the crunch as well.
You know what's McSpicier? The draft that's coming right up.
It's already up. It's already up.
Yeah.
It's already cooking right now, ladies and gents. We're going to go to game number
juicy.
2 in terms of the draft. Juicy drafts coming out. High loss being snap banned by NPFL. RSG responds with a chip.
Oh, okay. So this time NPFL is going to be on the first ban, first pick, while for while for RSGSG, they are on second pick, second ban. It really, now at this point in time, the ball is on the court of Zarate. As compared to the previous game, the ball is definitely onto Youngin, whereby Zarate just needs to respond. So I think that this is the point in time whereby we see just how Zarate is going to be holding onto this ball, or is he just going to leave it to Youngin all over again?
Yeah.
Yeah, and NPFL, Zarate in the previous game number 1, he's just basically controlling the draft as a red side, which is pretty interesting, right? Usually it's the blue side that's controlling because you have first pick, right? It seems like Youngin in that particular game number 1, a snap picking, you know, the first pick, which is like Edith, right off the bat. It just, there's so many first picks viable, right? The likes of the Ling, likes of the Zask, who just literally slept through.
Actually, the ball's in NPFL's court. Like, now they can try to open up the Jawhead, they can open up the Ruby, they can open up the Grok even, or even the Roger for straight up for Vanix, because that's one of his signature heroes as well. Being that first pick, you can dictate that draft however you want. So I think in this case, what they need to focus their fire on is try to give Yoonski a hero that he's really not comfortable with, because it worked out very well in the first game. So right now, it's Moskov being banned out, so Jawhead's open. Really excited to see NPFL actually, I don't know, they might pick that up.
There is, of course, a lot of options for this meta, right? The first 3 picks, it's kind of difficult to really just navigate your way, even as casters, to really know what these teams really want at the end of the game. Because right now, Jusin, Zask, Roger, Ling, Hayabusa, there's just so many heroes right now that is currently open. And let's not forget about the famous second pick heroes such as Edith as well as Ruby. They're all currently available as well. So RSG now have got a choice, right? Since all of the assassins has been leaked open, I feel that for Youngin, he will just want to open that up as well. So banning up the Edith just leaves NPFL with a couple of first pick, generic first pick materials. When it comes down to the Zask, Roger, or Ling.
I think it's the Roger going in the hands of Vanix first. It's a very, very safe lane.
Yeah.
You're winning every single other marksman. Unless RSG might go for a Ruby Terizla side lane. This is a very, very common kind of pattern we see in SG games as well.
But one problem if RSG were to set themselves up for a Ruby into the gold lane, is not guaranteed that NPFL would actually play an assassin jungler. Because we know that Hades is actually pretty darn strong in some of these other fighter junglers, such as a Guinevere, for example. He always likes to play it. In fact, this game is where I predict that NPFL is going to play their NPFL way, not necessarily conforming to the typical norms per se.
Pretty interesting, right? Coming up from the side of RSG, and also in NPFL as well. I would assume that Zar's first pick is really strong, because you see how many ways you could basically deny movement and also control the area, and the fact that NPFL has already banned away the high loss, right? So this is basically a prime carpet for them to pick up the Zarsk, but now instead NPFL goes for the Roger instead. Now that could be flex pick into either an in the jungle or the gold lane, whereas RSGSG on the other hand decided not to go for the Zaz, which is one of the biggest mages in this current meta right now. Goes for the Ruby, goes for the Fanny instead.
Yeah. So Ling is getting picked up along with the Tigreal. You know, there is another cheese. It's the Ixia Diggy combo that I've seen a lot of times. Yeah, Ixia and Diggy in high rank games, they use that combo quite a bit because Diggy pulls everyone back. Ixia has a very, very easy time. You build up that Sky Piercer, but I don't think we'll be able to see it in this game. But it kind of looks like Ruby might be able to be flexed into that gold lane. So they could very well pick up the Terizla here unless NIP Flash, you know, they leave it open. They want to pick up that Zask first. So a lot of options here still. It's very, very early in the draft.
Yeah, you did manage to hit the nail on the head, right? Especially when it comes down to this Ruby pick, there's no way that they would want to pick up their EXP late that early. They would want to leave it as the X factor to really decide where this Ruby is going to go. So Roy picking up, yes, Roy picking up the Valentina for himself because this is just an all-time Roy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Juicin is definitely available for them to pick up, but unfortunately, I think that game number 1 wasn't exactly a very good experience for Roy. And since and when it comes down to roamers, there is of course a couple of roamers that works best with that works best with Juicin. And in this case, what was this? Edith. Edith is definitely one of those. Minotaur is going to be the other good ones, but unfortunately, because of the fact that Minotaur, Juicin, and Harif is generally like the golden trio, Harif is already banned, so I don't think that RSG
Edith is banned out too.
Way.
Yes, the Zas being banned out. I'm not surprised if like NIP Flash bans out the Jawhead. They are second pick. They're last pick.
I don't think that the Jawhead might be the #1 priority. I think as we take a look at the main core picks coming in from both teams, especially for RSG, it is still relatively open, right? We do have the catch. We do have the catch from Ruby. Valentina is able to steal away a really good ultimate from the side of Tigreal. So at this point in time, I would feel that they are kind of still pivoting over to a team fight kind of composition.
Yeah.
I'm expecting that RSG will want to go for the team fight direction. Heroes such as Claude will definitely be great for them, but it is something that they can definitely pivot away. But for now, it's kind of come to the point whereby it's kind of difficult. Who do they pick out for their next pick, right? Very likely is a roamer. So which roamer? Minotaur is currently available. What other roamers are good at this point in time?
They're Grok. You could go for a Grok. But
okay.
then it kind of sort of like counters that Fanny, unless
Kufra.
you could use the wall to your side, to your advantage. A Kufra might work well as well.
Against the Ling.
Yeah.
Right.
Against the Lycan Pounds. Against the Tigreal in a sense.
Yeah, but for
You already
RSG, they must pick up the roamers here. So they can only pick up their roamer based on these 3 core heroes that NIP Flash has.
I'm thinking NIP Flash, you know, looking at the Hanabi, they really don't want to face that Hanabi Lolita. You just remove one of the components, that's good enough, right?
That's because of the Tigreal, because Hanabi's so hard to lock down once she gets the shield, especially with the combo from Lolita.
Interesting.
But they're locking down on CS, actually. A lot of his heroes.
Yeah.
No Harith, no Moskov, no Hanabi, no Bruno.
This is pretty interesting, right? This is the second time that, you know, NIP Flash bans away the Bruno constantly. And if I'm not mistaken, we don't really see Brunos anywhere in other regions as well.
Yeah.
NIP Flash feels like they know something that we do not know, which is really, really weird.
Yeah, it is weird. So at this point in time, they actually picked up their goal lane first. Okay. So they are very adamant on the fact that they want to bring the Ruby over to the EXP.
It might be the Roam.
No, it might be the Roam even.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see what Youngin is trying to do. So at least the Ruby is still flexible to that point.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing, right? Why didn't they want to ban the Claude when at this point in time, RSG's draft kind of pivots to a team fight comp so well?
Yeah. I do have to agree with you, because like Bruno is easier to deal because now it's a single target damage dealer. You have so much tanks in your arsenal right now. Diablo could very well pick up the Terizla again, or you know, I don't know. This is really interesting, and I'm really excited to see what they do want to pick up.
They likely want to double jump.
Okay.
Aurora and
Diablo Cho EXP side.
Diablo Cho?
Yeah, Diablo Cho. We've seen this once before, I think in Season 7. I remember that, seeing
Yes.
that. So I'm not too much surprised, you know what I'm saying?
I am very surprised.
We haven't seen Diablo play the Cho in a long time, right?
Very
Usually
long
you see him on
time.
the Paquito.
Yeah.
And Diablo likes a bit of his Cho, like Blaze of Hephaestus, that kind of
Actually,
style.
to be honest, I'm more surprised that he would pick up the meta heroes than the off-meta picks, because that's like very Diablo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
like with the Hylos picked up, I'm like, oh,
but have you seen a Cho in the EXP? We don't really see that anymore, right?
Very
and
rare.
apart from that, Diablo has played 2 roamers, technically speaking, in the EXP lane.
Yeah.
How dumb would it be if I were to say, let's bring Tigo to the EXP?
It's going to be a Jaw? No, Grok, yeah. So the Grok is going to be in play. So they don't really have a lot of defense except for maybe the Grok just to soak in a lot of damage. I think Valentino was picked up on impulse just to get the implosion from Tigreal. I don't think that's going to work out, but it pairs very well with the Ruby, so if they play their cards right, they're able to use the implosion onto the I'm Offended, and then you have a very, very easy kill. But in the early game, they're going to struggle. RSG doesn't have a lot of early game damage, besides the Fanny, but...
The Grok does deal pretty good damage. You're gonna have to remember that. And I think that is also one of the other main reasons they picked up the Grok, because of the fact that he's able to lock down the crowd control when it comes down to the wild charge. And by the end, like if they're able to get the Tigreal's implosion plus the I'm Offended in, I think that Grok should be able to do that AoE, the main burst of AoE damage at the start before the Claude even comes online.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, final thoughts. NIP Flash looking like a high rotation game. We're going to see a lot of cross-map plays. We're going to see a lot of cross-map action coming from NIP Flash. But, you know, hey, that's just my theory. We're jumping into the game.
A game theory.
Yeah, you're just waiting for us to say one. You said that earlier.
I really am. Like, okay, so my theory is, again, I have to use the weird theory, is that Diablo would just clear that lane, move over to that mid side, because Aurora is not as mobile as a mid laner as it should be. So Diablo is gonna cover that high rotations down the early game, so to speak. So
yeah, you're seeing him doing right now. JPL, Yunsky flickering at the 45th second of the game. That's one massive ultimate, one massive battle spell gone.
I think that is still generally fine. The next fight is definitely going to be onto the first turtle. I think that, okay, I can't map that well, but
you got 40 seconds difference. The turtle's going to be out in 56 seconds, and Yunsky will not have his flicker.
Okay, yeah, he wouldn't. Okay, that's a big difference then. So RSG now, that means that they won't have their flicker wild charge combo that they can immediately start off the fight with for the very first turtle. But to be fair, we are not, as this meta goes, right? We are not taking the turtle right as it spawns. We are waiting for the junglers to get their level 5 from the purple buff first before they eventually get the turtle. So it is still relatively fair to say that RSG might have time.
Cortese, that's a passive already being proc already. The wall to block by now, but Hades launching the damage onto Roy. Yunsky getting punched down once again. That's first blood given over to Hades. 4 blades as Hades jumps away with an assassination secured.
Why? Why is it always Yunsky? Why? I don't get it. Why? They love to bring Yunsky down, like time and time and time again. So we shall see, right? The previous game, I think, Yunsky had a total death count of 6, or was it 7?
7.
7. So I think at this point in time, it's more about the fact that if whether Yunsky is sad enough to constantly being targeted by NIP Flash. But there's always another side of the coin, right? If you manage to make the opponents waste their ultimates or their abilities on you as a tank, your team can leverage that.
Yeah, but the team is not leveraging, right? Hades picks up the kill earlier just now, and he goes away unpunished. And now RSG is going to step into this turtle fight. Yes, Yunsky at level 4, level 3 only, doesn't have a flicker, and that's going to be a little bit problematic for NIP Flash.
10 seconds until Yunsky gets his flicker, so RSG is definitely wanting to play based on that. Yunsky is now finally hitting level 4 after clearing the middle wave.
And flicker as well.
Yep, so now is the point in time.
Diablo flicker kick will be able to catch onto Yon as well. And JPL following suit. 3 members implosion and also the knockup as well. RSG getting absolutely deleted by NIP Flash with a massive combo.
That was actually really done.
That was so beautiful. That was like a symphony. They're playing an orchestra. I know that Diablo is going to play a damage Cho, but not to this extent. But going straight to the backline, finding Yon.
But where did he come from, though?
Like Diablo?
I didn't see
straight from the den. Straight from the turtle's den. The turtle's pit.
He's literally Yellow Flash.
He's Yellow Flash.
He flickered over there.
Oh, man. That was so beautiful. I'm sorry I had to cut you off there. It was just,
don't worry, man.
It's music to my ears, man.
Yeah, the fact that how, NIP Flash literally coordinate all this into a cacophony of symphony of death against RSG is just way too beautiful.
Yeah, the kick into the implosion of 3 members without purifies at all. Man, okay, we have to move on. NIP Flash, I know Vanix got the Sky Piercer already. This is the first item built by Vanix. So he's looking to scale up very, very fast. And look at where Diablo is. Trapped by 4 members, no problem. He's going to get out there safe.
What do you mean by trap?
You're not trapped in, I'm not trapped in here with you.
No,
You're
you're
trapped
trapped
in
in here with me.
No, Diablo actually slip on pass because of the mobility that this Cho has. Not only just that, the Shrimpo also grants you CC immunity as well. So RSG cannot catch Diablo at all.
Yeah, especially since RSG's lineup. Most of their... Oh, hold on a second. Here we have.
That's also going to be another kill. Given over side of NIP Flash once again. No kills from the side of RSG as of now.
Are you sure that that's Diablo on the show, not JPL?
Yeah, he's in his element.
Yep. Blazing Duet. Spreading the damage onto JPL and Vanix as well. Vanix goes to Lycan form. BMI right into Curtizi's ultimate. CS getting frozen right there. Scratched down by Vanix. NIP Flash. There's no fight right here from the side of RSG. NIP Flash is taking the mile.
6 kills to 0. NIP Flash just feeding Vanix, feeding Hades. They've got the Sky Piercer. Let's build up those stacks. Turtle spawn in 8 seconds. Diablo's all over the map. He's rotating so fast. Closer can't catch up.
Damn, it's tough. RSG, SG currently at this point in time haven't gotten a single kill to themselves for now. Diablo is constantly just weaving himself over and around the river. He's always trying to clear the waves as soon as possible, and it seems like they are trying to work on something here.
Flicker for flicker. Diablo closer brings Diablo closer to himself, but Shrimpo dashes away. Closer gets on away for now, but Roy is in the area, does have Implosion in his pocket.
Hey, even pro player makes mistakes, alright?
Yeah, no, but honestly though, Closer read the flicker, and Diablo, he just missed that flicker play. So Closer and Diablo, look at their flicker timings exactly on that same time. It's just so beautiful how they were able to do it, but Closer,
that's a lot of damage. Closer once again gets frozen right up. Diablo picking up that kill onto Closer down the bottom lane.
Oh, the audacity
right into the turtle fight.
Extended team fight from Diablo and Closer, but Diablo's not gonna let that pass. It takes him down.
The audacity of me thinking that it was a mistake from Diablo.
No. They flickered at the same time.
He flickered on his first combo to make the opponent's panic flicker so they can catch up.
Yeah, but I think Closer was a little bit too aggressive. He knows that Curtizi was down there, and he just went a little bit too deep into the bush, and now he's 0-2-0. It's a little bit difficult for Closer to come back, especially with the high mobility that Diablo has. It's all over the map. What I tell you, cross-map plays.
Oh. This amount of domination is just so hard to watch if you're an RSG fan, right? Like NIP Flash just overpowering RSG. There's no fight at all.
Yeah. You know, we have a saying in the gym. It's like, if you're able to walk, it's not a workout. It's a warm-up. Hades.
Finally.
All the way down to the bottom lane, we finally managed to see a single kill that is credited from the side of RSGSG. Hades is going to be the first one to bite the dust, but a little bit too late for the side of RSG because we are already looking at, what, 3,700 gold lead from the side of NIP Flash. I'm pretty sure that with this amount of lead, NIP Flash will be able to set themselves pretty beautifully for the next upcoming fight, which is 70 seconds in to the very first Lord.
Just one combo from Curtizi, you can see Yunsky cannot bear the damage at all. The problem right now is RSG, how are they going to have to kind of recover out of this one, right? They have Roy, does have Implosion in his pocket. They just need to land one massive Implosion, and hopefully RSG follows up.
RSG is a very late game composition, so I don't blame them for having a little bit more suffrage in the early game. Diablo's main job is to try to pop the Purify off of Roy and off of CS so that JPL can have a better time with the Implosion, because right now, they're all coagulating together. They're sticking together like flies, so... Okay.
Hold on, down the bottom lane,
Yunsky once again goes into Wild Charge, but doesn't really connect onto the stun, allowing the members from the side of NIP Flash. Goes in Temple of Blaze as well, the Frigid Glacier also slowing the members from the side of RSG down. Diablo, Hades, and also JPL, Curtizi chasing down RSG. Oh, what's left of them?
Okay.
Yunsky is constantly getting caught, even despite playing as a Grok. I think that Yunsky is constantly not really making full use of what a Grok is capable of doing, and also be able to just kind of open up the map well enough for RSGSG. Because as a Grok paired together with a Valentina, your composition can actually get in so well and so close over to an Aurora.
Yunsky, that's a kick as well. That's the first time I've seen a Grok get the kick and locked down just like that from the side of RSG. NP Flash already working on the Lord. There's no fight from RSG. They're just gonna let NIP Flash take the Lord.
That's a misplay from Yunsky. Usually a Grok, when you check the brushes, you'll be able to just like load up your first skill, charge it up, and then get the CC immunity before you step into that bush. But he had no response to that. 0 for an 0 for Yunsky. He's not having a good game so far. Yes, on paper you might have an easier like lane clearing speed with the Valentina, but it does look like NIP Flash is taking control of the entirety of that map.
They're supposed to be able to be a very good bruiser in the early games as well, right? Especially since the Aurora can stop you.
I'm offended, catching onto Hades and also the members from the side of NIP Flash, but it doesn't really matter. It's just but a nothing but a scratch. NIP Flash takes down Closer once again.
With one person down from the side of RSG,
Oh man.
we're looking at about 6,000 goal lead from the side of NIP Flash. They are definitely going to be really happy with what they've got thus far. So objective gaming is going to be the next one that is going to be in their mind. The middle lane tier 1's definitely going to go down.
Diablo, that's a kick as well. Roy taking a bunch of damage from the side of NIP Flash already. Mid lane cracked open. There's a Lord that's mushing down against RSG. Yon tries to go for the cable, will not find anybody from the side of NIP Flash.
Well, Diablo's just everywhere on the map. He's finding flanks, he's finding the angles, he's just popping the purifies. Now Roy is defenseless if JPL goes in. It just opens up so much opportunities for a lot of these team fights that happen.
There's no fight in RSG. Not at all. I'm not seeing anything from the side of RSG. No response. Closer trying to make a play right here, but NIP Flash was so far ahead. RSG just literally throw themselves against NIP Flash, and JPL goes into conceal, looking for a pickup right here. Yunsky goes in big. Will be able to dodge away, but the Lord marching down topside. That's all goes going to be Flicker. JPL just waiting for the right moment, just spamming the damage onto RSG. Yon the only one left on the bottom side. NIP Flash just taking over RSG like a storm, and there's no fight from RSG as NIP Flash goes for the victory lap just a little bit more. But Yon is trying to spin for the win. For the defense, the damage is there as Yon goes in for the reset, but that's not enough. It's NIP Flash takes game number 2.
That could have been an amazing defense from Yon.
Yeah, it's 1v5. He went in, he went out. Man, that was really, really good cable management from Yon.